Hello guys, so in the previous video we talked about monk mode and we talked about a dopamine detox. Basically, if you're watching this video, you know that you need to go on monk mode, you need to go on dopamine detox. What specifically is the protocol you follow? In this video I'm going to be showing you my protocol that I followed for monk mode and dopamine detox to go through my most productive phases. I'm about to go into it now as well, so I'll be on the same page as you here. So if you haven't seen the previous video, it's called If You Need More Time and Energy to Work Hard in 2025. That's where we discussed if you need more time, you need more energy, what do you need? I basically explained how you need a monk mode and you need a dopamine detox. If you haven't watched that one first, you have no idea what I'm talking about here, go and watch this first one, If You Need More Time and Energy to Work Hard in 2025. And once you've watched that one, and you're in agreement that, yep, I need to go on a monk mode period, I need to go on a dopamine detox period, I need to get a whole bunch of work done in a small amount of time, well then we can continue with this video. What exactly do you need to do for monk mode and dopamine detox? That's what we're going to cover in today's video. Just a quick disclaimer before we do get any further into this video. The monk mode and dopamine detox protocol outlined in this video is going to be severe. It is down to you how much of it you want to follow and how much you sort of don't need. Okay, there's going to be some people who watch this video and I'm going to be saying some quite extreme things, right? Some quite extreme things. And some people are going to be watching and say, yeah, I don't need that. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that one. Or in other words, how much you sort of aren't willing to sacrifice. Okay, because the fact that you've clicked on this video means you agree, okay, something needs to change. You need to do more work. You need to focus more, whatever. And then you're going to sort of like wimp out of basically some of the things I'm going to say, which is like fair enough. Like your own person. All I can say from my end is I've had the most productive times in my life following all the steps outlined in this video, and I sort of stray away from this at my own peril. Like sort of in the past 4 weeks or so, I have strayed away from this protocol, and that's why I sort of end up sort of in a rut, haven't been really productive necessarily through December, and now I'm getting back on this for January. Okay, so it's completely up to you how much this you want to do, but I'm just going to put this disclaimer at the start because a lot of the tactics I'm going to go through today are going to be quite extreme compared to like normal standards, maybe quite shocking or surprising, but yeah, it's down to you what you want to do. I'm just saying from experience, this is what has allowed me to work very hard using this protocol. So without all that disclaimer stuff, let's just get straight into it. A couple of sections we're going to go through, but basically this Google Docs, I will put a link to it in the description, so it basically means you can follow it along and basically tick off all the segments as I'm going to go through it. Okay, and you can, after this video, you can go open that document and just make sure you do everything step by step. So the first thing is we need to sort out your phone, because the phone is one of the biggest distraction things out there, especially for me anyway. So first things first, delete the YouTube app. YouTube can still be helpful for watching educational videos. For example, my videos, you might consider them fairly educational. I mean, they're definitely not entertaining, but so education is probably the only segment you'd call it. But yeah, delete the YouTube app, okay? If you now want to use YouTube, either use it through Google Chrome on your phone or use it through your laptop. The problem I've found with the YouTube app is it's just so nice. The UX, the user experience, the user interface is just so clean. You get shorts, it's all nice and swishy, swashy, clean, and vibrant. I just end up scrolling on it, and just having that big, nice red button on your phone to click YouTube, it just means I end up getting distracted, especially at night when I'm trying to go to bed. So delete the YouTube app. If you genuinely need to watch something on YouTube, genuinely you need to watch something educational, okay, whether it's some A-level maths guy, some A-level physics guy, whether I've done a new video on interviews, if you genuinely need to do that, then just go on Google Chrome on your phone and go YouTube through there. It'll be a bit clunky. It will look a bit ugly, it'll be a bit annoying, like full screen will probably work a bit weirdly and this sort of thing. That is good, because that's friction that's going to stop you scrolling, because you have to deal with a clunky old like Google Chrome Safari interface rather than the actual application itself. Okay, so that's good. If you need your phone and you need to use YouTube, use it through Google Chrome, or just go on your laptop. Okay. Next one, delete all TV, movie streaming apps, Prime Video, Disney Plus, BBC iPlayer. I've got rid of them. Delete all music apps, that's Spotify, all this sort of thing, and this is part of the dopamine detox. Okay, and I explained this in the previous video, which is a lot of reason why you can't focus. A lot of people is because they're always around with their headphones listening to music, and they're just getting this high dopamine. By the time it gets down to work, because they're so used to like R&B music playing all the time, they just can't focus, and their mind's just bored out of their mind. So you have to cut off music. This is what's worked for me. Like, I do enjoy listening to music when I listen to music, but I've had the most productive periods when I just do not listen to music at all. Okay, so delete the Spotify. That might be a difficult one for a lot of people. Go and delete the Spotify. Okay, I've put cancel subscription if needed, because if you're the only person who is doing that subscription, then you can cancel it, save yourself a bit of money as well. If it's like a family thing and the rest of your family's doing it, they're doing it anyway, then that's not going to be relevant. But yeah, you can save a bit of money there as well if you want. But yeah, delete those apps off your phone. Now, choose one platform for messaging. Okay? Choose one platform. Okay? WhatsApp is probably best. And like once you're over the age of 18 and you're like working hard and stuff, WhatsApp's all you're going to use. You're not going to be using stupid stuff, and that's the point of it, okay? Because the reason why a lot of people say, oh, why do you still have Instagram? Why do you have Snapchat? Oh, because I want to message my friends and all this sort of stuff, right? Okay, we'll just message them on WhatsApp. Okay, and the good thing about using WhatsApp for messaging instead of Instagram is if you message someone on WhatsApp, there's nothing else to do there. It's just WhatsApp, and then you get off it, right? Whereas if you message someone on Instagram and you like go to the message thing and then you see someone's story and you click on it and you see a post and you click on it, or if you go Snapchat's just WhatsApp just on drugs, because loads of people randomly send you like streaks for absolutely no reason. You have the stories thing. It's like you have snap maps here. It's mental. Okay, so that's to get rid of one of the like copes, one of the excuses that people use for not deleting social media, which we can get to in a second, is, oh, I use Instagram to message my friends. Cool, just message them on WhatsApp without all the brain rot content, the reels that comes along with it. Okay, so choose one platform for messaging. Honestly, the only ones that are really acceptable for this are like text message, WhatsApp, and like, I know, like Signal or like Telegram if you're based or something. But yeah, probably just WhatsApp works. Okay, so choose WhatsApp. And then what you're going to do is, if you have a lot of friends and people actually care about you, I don't know, like put out a story or something saying you're uninstalling for the next however many months, and if they need you, contact you on WhatsApp. So when I went through 2 periods of monk mode, so the first 2 I went through, the first one was for A-levels, the second one was for like starting out this YouTube channel. That first period of monk mode, before I did it, I put out like a Snapchat story just saying, guys, I'm deleting Snapchat. If anyone needs me, just message me on WhatsApp, okay? And then that meant people knew. Second time I did it, I didn't even care, so I didn't even put out a story, and I just uninstalled Snapchat, went on WhatsApp, and it was like 6 months, 12 months later when some guy was telling me, oh, Owen, why have you like left me on delivered for like 9 months? I'm like, bro, I haven't had Snapchat on my phone for 9 months. He didn't even know. So that's down to you, how much you like care. The first time I was like, okay, sure, I'll tell people. Second time I honestly couldn't care less. But if you want to, put out a little story saying, anyone who needs me, message me on WhatsApp. That's like another thing as well. When I had a period a couple of months ago when I didn't even use WhatsApp, I was literally just using email. I put like on WhatsApp where you can have your status. It's like your sort of bio or something. I'm not really sure what it is, like your bio. I just put on my bio, I'm not going to pick up your WhatsApp. If it's urgent, email me. So then people would actually know, like, not to, like, I'm not going to pick stuff up. But if you actually care, just go out and put a story. It's not that deep. We don't have to, and I probably wouldn't. It's a waste of time. No one cares about you, probably. I mean, I'm not saying that in a mean way, but honestly, no one cares about anything. Just focus on yourself, sort of thing. But yeah, do that, and then just delete all the other social medias. So in particular, TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. Those are the big ones. Discord, Reddit. I don't know how far down the rabbit hole we want to go with it, but yeah, delete all the other social medias. So what you should have on your phone is WhatsApp, YouTube. You got through Google Chrome. And then the other apps you don't need. Like, there's no use for Snapchat. Yes, you're going to have to lose your streaks with the people who you're not even friends with and don't care about you anyway. And Instagram's just a whole bunch of brain rot, destroy your mental health anyway, so who even cares? Right, okay, so yeah, WhatsApp's going to be the only social media on your phone. That's what I would be doing. Now that we got those apps out the way, because like now you don't have those apps, like there's nothing really to go on there, you still just want to sort out your phone settings. A couple of phone settings for you: tap to wake and rise to wake. What these especially on like iPhone, is where you just lift up your phone and the screen goes on. And the problem with that is you literally nudge your phone by like 1 millimeter. The screen lights up, you get distracted, you start looking at it, boom, you're distracted. So you need to make it as difficult as possible to get on your phone. Okay, you don't want it to just like you nudge it 1 millimeter and suddenly it's on, blaring a bunch of stuff and you get distracted. So tap to wake, which is where you tap the screen and the phone comes on. I could have that on mine. I've turned it off. Similarly, rise to wake, where you pick it up and the screen lights up, turn that off. You want to make it super difficult so that you literally have to press the power button in order to start your phone and make it go. Okay, same with Face ID and fingerprint. Also, like, do you want to get tracked by the government? But that's like a secondary point there. You don't want Face ID and fingerprints. Again, that makes it super easy. That means you just turn on your phone, look at your phone, boom, you're straight in there. Oh, I'm scrolling. All this stupid stuff, right? Boom, put your fingerprint on there. I'm scrolling. You want to make it difficult, so put a four number pin, because then you have to physically type it in. It may take 1 or 2 seconds longer, but that's the kind of friction which is going to stop you messing around with your phone. Even better, 6-digit pin. You know what? I'm actually going to do that. I'm literally writing that down. I'm going to change that. I have a 4-digit pin at the moment. I'm going to change it to a 6-digit pin. And just by having 2 extra digits at the end is going to make slightly more friction, meaning I'm less likely to just randomly go on my phone and just do something stupid like go and scroll on it. Okay, next thing, get rid of all notifications. You don't need any notifications. I honestly, anyone who's tried to text me in the past like 6 months, I've literally taken like weeks to respond because I just don't go on text and I've turned off notifications, so I have no idea when anyone texts me. Okay, so Just have that with all your apps. You don't need notifications, especially from stupid stuff like BBC Sport notifications. I mean, delete BBC Sport as well. We'll get into that a bit later. But basically, turn all the notifications off because that's a massive distraction. You don't need to know every 5 seconds when this one thing has happened on a certain app. Like, you can go and check it when you need to, but you don't need notifications all the time. It's a distraction. Notifications. Now, whenever you're not actively using your phone, airplane mode as well. That's for health reasons as well, because actually your phone gives out radiation, so mine's always on airplane mode when I'm not using it. But on top of that, it's also airplane mode. No one can call you, no one can message you, no one can notification you, no one can do anything. Airplane mode, your phone's dead, right? Similarly, put it on silent. My phone's been permanently on silent forever, okay? Just always on silent. And to be honest, like 90% of the time my phone is on D&D, do not disturb. Yeah, you can't get through to me for anything. Okay, and like this probably technically has some like practical implications. Like technically, if someone was in a life and death situation, they wanted to phone me, you wouldn't get through to me. But then again, if you're in a life and death situation, go call the police, go call the ambulance, don't call me. What am I going to do, right? And that's what I'd recommend doing, because it means your phone's not going to be a distraction, nothing is coming through. And the next one is turning it off fully, which not a lot of people don't do. But whenever you don't need your phone, do the thing where you hold the power button, right? And then like there's the power off thing. And then you click to power off and it's fully off. It's like, it's not like, oh, I just click the power button like once and it's off. It's like fully off, government off. Do that. You know, that like where it takes like 2 minutes to come and turn back on. That's what you need. Because then again, that's a bit more friction. I remember times when I've been working hard and I just felt like procrastinating, like go and scroll and get on my phone. I will go and get my phone. I try and turn it on, but it's doing like the reboot thing because I turned it off fully and it's taking 2 minutes to reboot. And while the time it was taking it to reboot, while it was rebooting for like 2 minutes, I was like, you know what, just forget it. Let me just go back to work. And I went back to work. So I was basically saved by that 2 minute reboot. If a phone had been straight on, if I'd tapped to wake, rise to wake, Face ID'd it, been straight in, I would have been scrolling, I would have been lost, it would have been game over, it would have been GG, see you later, mate. Right? Because it was off, I had to wait another 2 minutes. That was even worse, so I just went back to work. Okay, the final one's an absolute game changer, and that is grayscale. Go to your phone, it'll probably be in some settings like accessibility or something weird like that. And basically, you can make your phone black and white. That's what it means by grayscale, which means this is what your phone looks like. Okay, let me see if will it be easier if I turn this off. That's just grey. Once your phone is grey, like it's black and white, there's no colours. If you've never done this before, you'll be genuinely shocked. It sounds like, oh, okay, what's that got to do with anything? When your phone is grey, it is disgusting to look at. You don't want to look at it. It's just grey. There's nothing to look at here. I don't want to look at it. It literally makes you stop using your phone. Like, that's the biggest one here, grayscale. Like, do all of these, but grayscale. Because it makes you want to look in real life. Like, I'd rather look at my wall than look at my phone when it's on grayscale. And like my wall, because there's a tiny bit of sellotape here, bit of blue tack flaking off, bit of blue tack, bit of like green tack. Yeah, I mean, it's not mold, I promise. It's like green blue tack, right? That's more interesting to look at, my wall, than this disgusting thing right here. I don't even want to see it. So put it on grayscale. That's huge. Now, final one to do with your phone is go and put a motivating wallpaper on. You can probably Google one or spend a bit of time making one yourself or something, whatever. You just put like a motivating wallpaper on here as your home screen and as your lock screen sort of thing. Just don't put something that's going to distract you. For example, don't put on like your wallpaper a picture of Iron Man, because then every time you go on look at your phone, you're going to want to go and watch Endgame. And then if you end up watching Endgame, that's 3 hours of a distraction. That's the kind of thing I do anyway. Like if I put my favorite movie on here, I'd want to go and watch it all the time. So I just have a wallpaper just to motivate me and just to sort of keep me, not distract me, keep me locked in and that sort of thing. So go and get a motivating wallpaper. Don't put it of your holiday in Spain. Don't put it of your favorite movie. Don't put it of like you and your friends or something. Because, like, honestly, because like then you're gonna want to go and see your friends. You don't even want to remind yourself of like good things like that. You want to stay fully focused. Okay, this is what works for me. This is basically locking down your phone. This is the locking down your phone procedure. Yeah. Okay, so go and do that. Go and do all of that. Let's move to laptop now. Okay. Basically, the reason this all needs to be done is because there's going to be times when you do genuinely need to use your phone, right? You genuinely need to use your phone. So you want to minimize getting distracted and going to do random stuff. You don't want to see a random notification from Amazon Prime. There's a new film out today and you go and watch it. That's something that happened to me. I was working hard. It would have been, I want to say June or July or August. I don't know. It's sometime in the summer this year. I was working and I got a notification on my phone. It says the new Hunger Games is now on Amazon Prime, and I'd literally been thinking about this film. I wanted to go watch it. Guess what? That evening, I'm not working. I'm going and watching the film. It's like that's kind of thing. Get distracted. So those are the things there for when you genuinely do need to use your phone. You're not getting distracted going and doing stupid stuff. Okay. Now laptop. Laptop, you're less likely to have like apps. Like I mean, I don't have like apps on my laptop or anything like that. So it's just like log out of Amazon Prime, log out of Disney Plus, log out of like Discord, Spotify, and all that sort of stuff like that. If you do have any apps, like I'm pretty sure like Spotify and Discord have like desktop apps or something like that, uninstall them, get rid of them. Remove favorites of bad websites. This is a good one. So you know when you're starting a new tab, you can have favorites here. I used to have one at the top left here, which was for YouTube, and I'd always go and click on it, and then I'd end up just like sort of looking at the YouTube home feed, looking at different videos and this sort of thing. I've now replaced it with school because that's like where I need to do a lot of my work. So now when I instinctively want to go procrastinate and I come to this YouTube bit here, I end up clicking on school and I'm end up going to work hard. So just make sure your favorites here, you don't have anything stupid like Spotify favorite, like a Snapchat web favorite, or like your Instagram favorite or something like that. Make sure it's all sensible stuff. So maybe get Notion, maybe get your school website, maybe get your school email address, maybe get one of your Google Docs for your apprenticeships, maybe get my channel, maybe get one of my schools, whatever, that sort of thing. Put some sensible favorites on there that are going to help you. Okay. Remove off-topic stickers. Yeah, so I know a lot of people, I don't have these, but a lot of people have like sort of stickers on the back of their laptop with stuff that they're interested in. I mean, a lot of people put like weird political stuff on their laptop or whatever. But I'm just saying, if there's anything off topic, like, because I was having a conversation with my friend and he has some like movie stickers on the back of his laptop. That's something I couldn't do. If I had like a sticker from like my favorite movie, let's just say it was Iron Man, like I had an Iron Man sticker on the back of my laptop. It means every time I like look at the back of my laptop, I see Iron Man, I get distracted and I want to go and watch Endgame, sort of thing, right? So that's for me. Just get rid of all the distractions. You don't even want to think about it. That's how to like not get distracted and go and do other stuff. Is literally forget it exists. Forget it. That's how I like don't get distracted by YouTube, don't get distracted by films and this sort of stuff. Is just by forgetting it exists, and that's by never seeing it on my phone, never seeing it on my laptop, never seeing it anywhere else. Okay, same with off-topic wallpapers. Don't have a wallpaper from your favorite video game, from your favorite film. Mine's like the default one. Like my wallpaper is literally like the default one. I haven't even changed it. Okay, or go and put a motivational one, just like the same with your phone there. Okay, now YouTube extensions, these are very helpful because again, you are going to sometimes have to go on YouTube on your laptop, but you don't want to go and do crazy stuff. Okay, so I've linked a few extensions here. As I said, this Google Docs is going to be in the description. You can go and have a look at it. But basically, this is going to get rid of all YouTube for you. So let me show you what YouTube looks like for me. If I come to youtube.com. That's what my YouTube looks like when I go on the home feed. I literally can't see anything. And let's say I'm watching a video. Do I have a video up? youtube.com. Watch. Let's say it's this one. This is this is all I have, and I can actually turn comments off as well. Hide comments. So when I'm watching a YouTube video, say I actually need to watch this video, I can't look at the recommended. I can't go and look at the comments. I can't get distracted by a whole bunch of stuff. I literally have just the video to watch in case I need to watch a video. So these extensions are really useful because it means you're not going to get distracted. So for YouTube, I'd recommend Unhook, DFTube, and this one here, Hide YouTube Videos and Ratings. Now, if you're using School, I would recommend like the website School, where I do a lot of my sort of coaching stuff on. It's this website here. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may have not seen it. I would recommend using School Focus. That's going to keep you focused. And also, this is me for Twitter, because when I need to go on there, like Twitter's been one definitely like this, literally this week. Whenever I go on the website for like 1 second to just make a random tweet, I just end up scrolling through a whole bunch of follower stuff. Now with this extension, it hides a whole bunch of the stuff, so it just means I'm less likely to go and get distracted. So that's one for me there. But it depends if you guys even use Twitter or not. And just install any other extensions, because maybe there's some other ones you know. But I didn't even know like Chrome extensions were even a thing until about 18 months ago, and then started putting them on. Boom, it's an absolute game changer. Okay. So go and do those on your laptop. Keep it clean. Means when you're on your laptop, you're on your computer or whatever, you're much less likely to get distracted. Boom. Let's go into lifestyle now. So during this monk mode and dopamine detox period, here's what your lifestyle is going to be like. Okay. on the weekends, you're going to, in the morning especially, you're going to do deep work and you're going to eat the frog. Those are two specific productivity things, basically saying you're going to get all the hard work done as soon as possible, early in the morning, without being distracted, without checking your phone every 5 seconds, without getting notifications, without skipping between different tasks. If you want more info on that, I've done a video here to do with productivity where I talked more about specifically what deep work is and how to eat the frog and this sort of thing, okay? So you can come to Google Docs and click that video and that'll explain exactly what deep work is, right? Now, during study periods and evenings, you're also going to do deep work. Basically, deep work means you're not switching between tasks. You're not suddenly picking up your phone. You're not checking this. You're not checking this. You're not checking this. You are literally sitting down for like 3 or 4 hours of complete undivided focus, sitting on your task. That's what you're going to do during study periods and during your evenings. Okay, you're not going to be distracted, jittering around on different tasks. You're going to get done what you need to get done. And more in that productivity video there will explain exactly what deep work means. Okay, here are the big lifestyle changes. Let's get to those in a sec. So, no listening to music or podcasts, especially when out and about. This is absolutely huge, okay? Because like I said, everyone now has 100 billion hours on their Spotify Wrapped when that comes through in December. Everyone walks around everywhere with their headphones on. Everyone is on the bus with their headphones on, in the train with their headphones on. Everyone during study periods has their headphones on, they're listening to music, and then no wonder when they get down to work, their attention span's all over the place and they've got like some ADHD jittering thing that they have no idea what's going on because you're constantly listening to music all the time. You're not used to silence. It gets to silence, it gets to the exam, and you can't even think straight. Like, this is a legitimate, real thing. Because you listen to music so much, it's making your attention span worse, which means when you get down to an exam or to focus and do homework, do revision, prepare for an interview, your mind's dead. Like, you just have brain rot, okay? So this is where you can make a huge step, because 99% of people do this. 99% of people watching this video are not going to actually follow this. But if you can be the person to completely cut out music or podcasts, okay, it's going to make your mind so much clearer. It's going to give you so much, like, your attention span's going to be crystal. Your cognition's going to be great, okay? Because it's like, if you can be the person who can go like a 1 hour like bus journey, just with nothing, okay? Not reading anything, not scrolling, not listening. You're just there and you're happy to be alive and you're just smiling and you're absolutely chilled out. Your attention span's going to be great. Your focus is going to be great. Okay, so like I always walk. I have like a 15-minute walk which I have to do at the start and end of every day just to get to the next bit of transport. I could listen to music. I could listen to a podcast, that sort of thing. I just go raw, basically. And it just means like I walk it, not thinking about anything. 99% of people don't do that. They will listen to music. But it just means I can keep my mind much clearer because I'm used to that silence and I'm okay with that silence. Okay, so not listening to music or podcasts is absolutely huge. So that's where, obviously, uninstalling the Spotify, uninstalling all that sort of stuff, which we mentioned earlier, that's where that's going to come in. Even better is purposefully leaving your headphones at home. Like I used to remember in year 12 and year 13. Someone would get to a private study session and they'd more or less have like a breakdown. They'd start having a breakdown because they've left their headphones at home. And now they have 45 minutes of sitting in a room without the possibility of listening to music. And they'd have like a breakdown about it because obviously the attention span, it's all a bit crazy, brain rot. They can't sit in a room for longer than 5 minutes without some sort of melodic tune ringing around in their ear. Okay? And yeah, they'd have a breakdown when they've got their headphones. So do that on purpose. That's sometimes when I get like tempted to go and listen to music or listen to podcasts or something, then I would purposely make sure I have no headphones on me, which means I can't do it even if I wanted to. So it's like a willpower aspect, which is just don't do it and get rid of like the Spotify and stuff. But then also like just sort of force yourself into it. Leave the headphones at home. Burn the boats. Leave their headphones away so you can't even do it. That's huge. Another one, no watching content while eating. This is something I've been very guilty of last month or so. And also, like, whenever I fall into a bit of a rut, fall into bad productivity, I just end up watching a whole load of content while I'm eating. Like, while I'm eating, I watch a YouTube video, I watch this. And it just contributes to this sort of brain rot, lack of attention span, dopamine constantly inside of you. Because there's dopamine when you're eating, and there's always dopamine. You get down to work, and now you can't do it because now you've had so much dopamine, you're fried, and you're not used to it, and it's just crazy. This is about the dopamine detox. Dopamine is like a sort of fun pleasure chemical. I'm not a biologist or anything, but it's a fun pleasure chemical you sort of get from doing stimulating things like watching content, eating fast food, listening to music, all this sort of thing. You have to detox. You have to get away from that. And it might be difficult at the start, but once you go on a dopamine detox, honestly, I can tell from experience, the Results are amazing because once you've been on a dopamine detox, you can literally stare at a wall for 2 hours with like a smile on your face and be absolutely fine. Like you're not here jittering around, shaking and having attention problems because your dopamine's just reset. Trust me, could not recommend a dopamine detox enough. And part of that is not watching content while eating. So you have to, like, come on, man, it's like 10 minutes eating like a sandwich or something, right? Eat it and just sit alone with your own thoughts. Sit alone with your own thoughts. And yeah, just eat it and just appreciate life. And it'll help. It'll help with the attention span, it'll help with the focus. Yeah, and just in general, get used to sitting in silence, walking in silence. Like whenever you're walking anywhere, just look around, just like talk to yourself, not like out loud. I'm not saying like go crazy or anything, but just talk to yourself in your head with your own thoughts, right? And it's just going to help your attention span. It's going to help your dopamine. It's going to help everything. It's going to help everything. Trust me. Okay, just get used to silence. Be happy with silence. Be happy with your own thoughts. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, back to the good old WhatsApp because everyone needs to message all their friends because they're so popular. Okay, cool. Just check your WhatsApp messages once per day. Have like an allocated time near the end of the day, okay, where you're just going to check it once and you're going to just do everything you need. Because that's the problem people have. When they have the notifications on, it's like, message, okay, quickly reply. Okay, message or reply after 30 seconds. Message or reply after 30 seconds. Message or reply after 30 seconds. And then it just goes on the whole day, just constantly replying people, and they just keep getting interrupted because they need to reply to someone within the space of 10 seconds. Otherwise, the whole world's going to explode or something along those lines. Not really. Just have an allocated session. Like it depends how extreme you want to do this. Maybe even literally put it in your calendar. Okay, when I get home at 4:45 p.m. from 4:45 p.m. until 5 p.m. that is 15 minutes to go through all my messages on WhatsApp, reply to everyone who needs me. I'm guessing you're super popular and you get hundreds of messages a day, right? 15 minutes, reply to them, boom, all replied by 5 p.m. Then you don't check WhatsApp again until 4:45 p.m. the next day. And what will happen is all your buddies who have replied to your reply will have sent their replies, and you'll check it at 4:45, and then you'll send a reply, and then they'll write their reply, and then you'll send a reply, and then you'll send your reply. It's just like everyone's getting the replies done, but it's just rather than distracting from your whole work ethic and your whole day and your whole evening and your whole weekend, you just do it in an organized fashion. Everything that needs to be replied to, you reply to it. Everything needs to be sent, you're sending it then. Okay, so that's what you can do. Another little tip for you, send voice notes as well because they're faster than long paragraphs. So if someone writes you something long and you need to reply to it, just send a voice note. It saves you typing the whole thing out, making spelling mistakes, having to check it through 100 times. Just speak the whole thing out and just send it. That's why WhatsApp's useful because you can do the voice notes. That's why I like doing things on WhatsApp with people. Like that was another one that I put as like a WhatsApp status at one point. I think it might even be my one now, which is like it was something about if I don't call me or something, just send me a voice note because it's quick for me to listen to, and I'll send you a voice note back or something like that. Because like calls as well, you have to just they never come at the right time. So I don't call anyone. Just WhatsApp voice note. If you really need to talk to people, WhatsApp voice note is so efficient, time efficient. Go and do that. Okay, this is a good one. Turn your phone off before you brush your teeth. Like I brush my teeth, then get into bed and go to sleep. That's the plan anyway. But what I do is I brush my teeth, come back to my bedroom, pick up my phone because I'm about to turn it off for the night, like fully government off a lot of the time. And then I quickly check this one app, and then I quickly check the one app, and then I'm on Twitter, and then I'm scrolling, and then I go on YouTube, and I'm watching a YouTube video, and then it's 2 a.m. Like that sort of thing. So what's worked best for me is not coming back to my bedroom and then doing it because then I just end up scrolling. It's physically turn my phone off, put it away, another room works, in my bag, other side of the room, whatever. Then go and brush my teeth. When by the time I get back from the room, back from brushing my teeth, I don't need to like touch my phone. I just have to get into bed. And it means I'm less likely to get distracted. I'm not going to be scrolling because my phone's already off. That's a good one. And read a book before sleeping as well. This is a good one to do because obviously, like when I'm in bad periods, I'm watching YouTube before sleeping, which is just kind of dumb, isn't it? Right? Read a book before sleeping. I think that helps. Either do nothing. That can be sometimes a bit difficult to fall asleep, but I think that's still better. Okay, if you can't fall asleep, and this is something that I've done in the past, I can't fall asleep. Oh, screw this. Let's just get my phone and start scrolling. That doesn't help anyone. It's better for you to lie in bed with nothing for 2 or 3 hours. Like that was me last night. That was actually me last night. I couldn't get to sleep, and like I was like, oh, I could just go on my phone and just go and watch some YouTube. But I was like, no, I'm just gonna lie here. It is better for you to lie there for 2 or 3 hours, just with your own thoughts, be happy with life, just think about stuff, whatever, then go on your phone and start scrolling, because that's dopamine. Okay, so either do nothing and just lie there until whatever happens, or you can read a book as well, which can help. Read a book before sleeping, and I'd recommend doing like a difficult book. Like I think it was back in April, I filmed like a 1 hour 30 video. It was gonna be for like a second channel, which I never ended up doing. But I have the video where like how I fix my insomnia. Like it used to take me like 2 or 3 hours consistently to get to bed, and I got to a point when I was following all of these things really well. I was following this stuff really well that I could literally get to sleep in like 30 seconds after like closing my eyes. I had like a whole protocol which I filmed a video for, and a key part of that protocol was reading a difficult book, not reading some easy book that's easy, but something that's kind of difficult to understand. Like for example, you remember like GCSE English when you might have had to do Charles Dickens or Shakespeare, and it was a whole load of rubbish, right? Because you're in year 10, it was just stupid. That's the kind of thing that as you get older, you're going to be more easily able to understand. For example, Dickens, I would have a better job understanding it now than I would have previously. It'd still be a bit difficult, but I'd have a better job because I'm getting better. So that's why I recommend try some difficult literature, not just something that's super easy, like Alex Rider, for example, which is my microphone stand. But something like 19th century literature, 20th century literature, Charles Dickens, Shakespeare, something like that. I'm not necessarily saying go and read Shakespeare, because you probably don't like that. Good one's Dostoevsky. He's some Russian guy from the 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, one of the above centuries, probably the 19th or 20th, and he has a book called Crime and Punishment about this guy who's trying to get away with a murder. I really enjoyed that book. And it's some Russian guy, and it's quite complicated. You have to understand the Russian names, and there's this plot, and it's quite long, and the descriptions, all this sort of thing. So it's kind of difficult. You have to be paying attention. But I think what that does is, for me anyway, when it's a difficult book, as opposed to really an easy one, a difficult one, it requires all of my brain power. So I focus my brain power, and all my thoughts are going on trying to understand the text, rather than like my brain's just going, like, that's one of the reasons like I never used to be able to sleep, is because like I'm just having 100,000 thoughts at once. This sort of focuses it, because it's a difficult book. I have to focus my thoughts. My thoughts are all focused on the book. Put the book down, boom, all my thoughts are gone. Let's go to sleep. Okay, so that's something you can try. I've linked Dostoevsky's book there. That's a really good one. I really do recommend that for everyone. Okay, let's go to some final things for lifestyle. Stop following irrelevant content. News, football, movies, celebrity TV. I've told this story a bunch of times in my videos, but I'll tell it one more time. I'll probably tell it in way more videos. But one time someone asked me, "Oh, Owen, what do you think was going on with the farmers?" I'm like, "What's going on with the farmers?" And he was like, "Oh, what the government have done to the farmers." I'm like, "What have the government done to the farmers?" And he's like, "Oh, what they've done with the taxes to the farmers." And I'm like, "What have they done to the taxes to the farmers?" And they're like, "Oh, what they did to the budget to the taxes and the farmers." I'm like, "What did they do with the taxes and the budget to the farmers?" "Oh, they increased." And yeah, and like every level of this, he was just assuming I knew what was going on. Like the first question was, "Oh, what's your opinion on what's going on with farmers?" I have no idea what's going on with farmers. Maybe it's some big BBC News story, some big Twitter story, some big TikTok thing. I've absolutely no idea. I don't follow the news, okay, because the news is just a complete distraction. I remember on my old laptop, I had like a widget when you press start. And the thing pops up on your laptop. There was like a news widget which is always tell news. I just got rid of that because it was just distracting. Like I have no idea what's going on. When there was like the American election, I didn't even know what the result was until like I don't know, like 24 hours after, when someone told me. Like I literally had no idea. I didn't really care what it was, right? Because I'm just so focused on other things. I was so focused on my work. I had no idea what it was. Like when was that? Like the start of November? Yeah, I was in my monk mode period of September, October, November. No idea what was going on. Didn't care. Same with football. Like I used to be super into football. I just don't follow it because I've got other goals, and that's what I need to focus myself on. Like I could learn about the news, I could learn about football, but that's just you're getting distracted by other things. Okay, movies, little celebrity gossip. Oh, did you see what happened with this person? No, I have absolutely no idea. I don't know who you're talking about. Oh, did you see what this random TikToker guy? I'd never even heard of him before. Oh, did you see this trend? No, I did not see that trend. Okay, yeah, maybe you don't have as good conversations, but it's like your goals, right? That's the way I see it anyway. It's like I'm not going to waste my time doing this stupid stuff. I'd rather just focus on my goals. If you're really serious, you get a buzz cut. This is for the male people. I'm not suggesting that necessarily for the females who are watching this video, but for the males who are watching this video, if you are like genuinely serious, go and get a buzz cut. Because if you've had a recent period where you haven't been working very productively, you're not totally happy with how well you've been working, and you want to just completely change and become this super disciplined, super focused, super productive person, what you need is an identity shift. Like you literally need an identity shift to become a new person. You're no longer that sort of old, undisciplined, unproductive, lazy, procrastinating person. You're now super focused, super disciplined. And that comes with an identity shift. And when I went into a sort of big period of monk mode, when I was first starting this YouTube channel, first 1 or 2 months, I had like my old haircut. Shout out. And then I got a buzz cut. And it's an identity change. It's an identity change, and it's taking it seriously. Similarly, when would have been, I went into a big period of monk mode, August, September, October. It was around that time as well that my hair had grown a bit. Like it was nothing like it was before here. It's not long by anyone else's standards, but it was kind of long by my standards. I just got it buzz cutted again. And then that meant I could go in that September, October, November sort of monk mode, super, super focused. Okay, because I had that identity now of that disciplined, almost like army sort of discipline, military discipline. It's just sort of an identity shift. And once you look at yourself in the mirror every day with a buzz cut, it's discipline. Okay, again, like I said in this disclaimer at the start, these tips aren't for everyone. You don't have to follow all of them. Do whatever you want to do. I'm just giving you the protocol that's worked best for me, and you can take with that what you will. A good one is set a 1 hour time at the weekend to tidy your bedroom. You're going to be more productive and more focused when your bedroom's tidy. Just psychologically, when your bedroom's all cluttered and all over the place, it just means you as a person are cluttered and all over the place. So you want to clean it. And this is something I'm actually going to do at the weekend. I had sort of cleaned it, but then over the Christmas holiday, I've just chucked everything everywhere, and it's an absolute mess again. It's just good to keep that tidy, because then you're going to be psychologically tidy and more disciplined and more focused. Okay, the reason I say set a 1 hour timer is because this is the kind of thing which you can procrastinate and just take ages to do and be really slow, and be like, oh, I need 4 hours. No, like set a 1 hour timer, and if you genuinely just like work at it, you don't start doing something stupid, you actually do it, you can have it all done within an hour. Like, it just like general thing with getting stuff done, nothing takes as long as you think it needs to do. Nah, that's a lie. Some things actually take way longer. But it's like a lot of the time when you're like, oh, I need 6 hours to do my personal statement. No, just like set a time for 2 hours and you can have it done, right? Bedroom, I need a whole day to do that. No, actually just set a time for 1 hour and you'd have it done. Final thing as well for lifestyle, get a suitable alarm. Preferably a real alarm clock, like a ringy-dingy thing that you can buy one for probably like £10 on Amazon. Not your phone, necessarily, because like you go on your phone, turn the alarm off. Oh, I'm on Instagram and all that sort of stupid stuff. So that's not great. Also, not Alexa. This has been for me recently. I was literally 15 minutes late to one of the calls I had with someone because I'd set my alarm for not like I'd woke up at like 7. Okay, I'd done some stuff. I was super tired. I knew I had a call at 9:30, so I set my alarm for 9:15. Lay down on my bed. Next time I open my eyes, it's 9:45. Call started at 9:30. I had my alarm on Alexa for 9:15. It's 9:45, and I'm like, okay. And I logged on as soon as possible and did the call, right? And I made up for the time. I well made up for the time. Basically, I get to a point where in my sleep, I start saying, Alexa, stop. Like I have like, because on Alexa you can sort of see your past recordings. I have like recordings on there of me just saying Alexa, stop. And I'm like, I don't even remember that I was asleep. So that's why Alexa doesn't always work for me all the time. So that's not great. So a real alarm clock is like I've had to use that at times instead of the Alexa thing. The good one is putting on the other side of your room as well, because it means you can't just sort of click it off. You have to literally stand up and go get it. Then you're stood up, and that's just more likely that you're actually going to get up. Okay. Now another one that I've used. This has been sort of the advice I've used for the past 18 months, I want to say, right? But there's one I have done over the past 2 or 3 months, which is I have actually started using my phone now, but I've been using an Android app. So it's an Android only app. It's called Clock. And the reason for this is with this app, you can set your own like voice note. Okay, so that will be my alarm for tomorrow, 5:50, Monday, whatever. And you see where it says alarm 01 there, alarm 01. That's basically a voice note that I've recorded myself. And basically, this is sort of it's literally a recording of me motivating myself that I've recorded to get me out of bed. Like, oh, and you can do this, man. You got to get up. This is your goals. Da, 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 da. And it's like, oh, I'm not going to play it out loud now because it's pretty personal. But that's what I've done. So if you struggle with getting out of bed, maybe that's something you could try. Maybe there's an app for it on Apple where you can put a voice note into an alarm. But definitely on Android, it's the Clock app, which I've linked in this Google Docs. You can install it. You can make a voice recording, put it as a thing, and basically when the alarm goes off, it's sort of like affirmation sort of thing. It'll motivate you. It's yourself speaking to yourself. It'll tell you, get up, get out of bed. You got this to do. You got this to achieve. You come so far. Let's do this, man. You got this. And then that's going to help you get up. So that's another one to try if you're struggling with getting up. But in this monk mode period, be super disciplined, get up early, all that sort of stuff. Cool. Let's move on to diet now, which diet is important. because diet is gonna affect how your brain thinks. How your brain thinks. Does that make sense? I'm not sure. Your brain needs fuel. You need to fuel it correctly. So let's get into diet now. I didn't even mean to do that. I just wanted to get a bit of water, but now I see this is relevant. Number one, stop drinking anything which isn't water. Just don't. Simple as that. Diet Coke, alcohol, even coffee, just get rid of it. Only thing you need is water. Okay. Buy a metal water bottle. Okay. Link for it there. Metal water bottle. Or just any metal water bottle. I'm sure you can just Google it on the internet. These ones are key. Hold it in your hand as you walk around. This is what I always used to do at school, because I used to be like super dehydrated and never drink anything at school. So in sort of year 12 and year 13 actually, it was the end of year 13. No, to be fair, it was a bit of year 12 as well. Year 12 and year 13, I just walk around rather than having my bottle sort of in my bag, non-accessible, in which case I'd never get it out the whole day and I'd be super dehydrated. And I'd come home and like I hadn't drank any more water, and my mum would be like, "Why haven't you drank any water? You can be so dehydrated," or whatever, right? I would hold it in my hand as I walked around, which meant I'd just be holding it around and I just randomly just start opening it and just start drinking it. Like I just be randomly be sort of in a conversation with people, and I just, because it's in my hand, I just sort of like sort of like fidgeting sort of thing. I just like open it. Okay, because you all naturally fidget and all that stupid stuff, right? So if you have a bottle in your hand, you're going to do it with that, and you're randomly going to start opening it, and you're randomly going to start drinking it. So it means I used to like get through loads of water every single day, refilling it, because I was just randomly had it in my hands, so I was just drinking it all the time. Similarly, keep it on my desk whenever I'm sort of working. To be fair, when I'm working, I put it down here, which isn't great, which means I forget about it. But when you put it on your desk, it means it's always going to be there, which means you're going to randomly just keep doing it and keep drinking, which is good, because like 90% of people are dehydrated all the time. We don't drink enough water, me included. So just by keeping it visible, it's really easily accessible there. It's in your hand as you're walking around. It's on your desk. It's on your table. All this sort of stuff. Then you're going to be drinking more, which is good. Next one is quit sugar. This was very helpful for me. Very helpful for me. I've always liked sugar, like obviously like chocolate, sweets, puddings, cakes, biscuits, cookies, all this sort of stuff. 2024 was probably when I gave the biggest focus to quitting sugar, and it was very successful. For most of 2024, I haven't had any sugar. In fact, that was a period when I think I was about 3 months in. Like, when I say not having sugar, I mean literally didn't eat anything that had, like, obviously, like, I don't know, there was something which had a couple of grams of sugar, but I'm talking I didn't have any puddings, I didn't have any cakes, any soft drinks, any chocolate, any sweets, anything. I wasn't having fruit. I was literally nothing that would have sugar in. Okay. Then it was about 3 months since I'd had my last bit of sugar, like, which would have been like a biscuit or something like that, and I had a banana. I just thought, okay, I'll have a try a banana, see what happens here. And I was nearly sick. Like, I nearly threw up because I was so unused to the sugar. Like, the sugar in the banana was so sickly and sweet that I nearly threw up from eating this banana. I used to eat bananas all the time, like have a banana every single day of my lunch. But I stopped doing it, went off sugar completely. 3 months in, I was nearly sick because I was so not used to the sugar. That's a bit of a story there of how I've been completely off sugar. Sugar's bad for you, and it's not going to be good for your brain. It's not good for anything, so just don't have sugar. That's just a genuine health thing. But like all the health stuff, the brain stuff, is like your brain needs to be fueled, so fuel it in the right way. That's going to help with you working productively and focusing and all this sort of thing. So yeah, fun fact as well. Most of 2024, I've been off sugar. Occasionally, like I said, having that random banana, which is like sometime in summer. And also the Christmas period, I've had a lot of sugar. Like I've had cakes, Christmas cakes, birthday cakes, stolen like chocolate, all this sort of stuff. And I'm just having that in the Christmas period. From tomorrow, no sugar now for 2025. So today, just for context, today is the 1st of January. It's the end of New Year's Day. I got 2 boxes of chocolates for Christmas, and I ate all of them tonight. Like, I just ate all of them tonight because I know I'm not eating sugar from midnight tonight until like Christmas Eve next year. That's my plan anyway. I think I'm going to mess up at some point. Maybe like, for example, when I'm at like a swimming race or something, I'll have a cereal bar because it's good for the energy. But on like a normal day-to-day basis, I'm not going to have sugar at all. So I basically just ate it all. So it's probably a bit too much chocolate than you want to have in one sitting. But I just ate all the chocolate just now. So that's all my chocolate done. And yeah, Christmas Eve, I'll have another chocolate then. Cool. Okay, that's what I'd recommend. Okay, quit sugar. Don't eat fast food. McDonald's, KFC, Nando's, all this stupid stuff here. Don't do it. Yeah, that's just obvious stuff, really. Eat 3 to 5 eggs per day. This is really useful. Eggs. Eggs are the fuel that make new chickens. right? That's what an egg is. So you're literally eating multivitamin. Like eggs are literally multivitamins, okay? Because they're full of the nutrients that is going to make life. It's going to create life. Do you think that's a good thing or it's a bad thing? Okay, it's a good thing. There's literally a what is it? A statistical fact or something that it's ridiculous. It's like having one egg per day decreases your chance of getting dementia by like 50%. Just having one egg per day. I'd recommend 3 to 5. I started off on 3. Probably by the end of year 13, I was having 3 eggs per day. Now, over the summer, I was having 5 eggs per day. Since I've been like focused on other things, I haven't really focused on it. But when I am focused on my health, like, I have 5 eggs per day. I'm going to get back onto that, having 5 eggs per day. Boiled is easiest because you just put them in a saucepan, boil them for, like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or something, and they're all good. Or do scrambled and cook it with full fat butter. Don't cook it with seed oils or anything disgusting like that. I'm not going very off topic here with the diet stuff, but diet's just important because if your brain's not fueled right, you're not going to be focusing. Okay, like the people who can't focus, but you're eating sugary snacks and fast food and alcohol, and it's like, yeah, obviously you can't focus. Final one is don't snack. This is something I used to do all the time. Just snack, eat random biscuits, eat random cereal bars. Just don't snack. Eat at your meal times. If you have 3 meals a day, eat at those meal times. Okay, not in between. Okay, it's called intermittent fasting. It's very, very good for you. You can go and research it, but just don't snack. Eat at the meal times when you need to. Okay, that's diet. Now let's move on to calendar and a habit tracker. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to think of the biggest daily habits that you need to follow. Okay, maybe 5, maybe 6, whatever, right? Think of those daily habits you need to follow to be successful during this monk mode period, right? And also you can include one which is not doing the bad habits, okay, so sort of a negative one there. So the 5 that I'm including in my habit tracker, which is what worked for me previously, was 5 eggs, read the Bible, exercise, no social media or music, and progressing towards YouTube videos or some of the courses for my school communities. And those are basically the 5 daily habits for me. And what I'm going to do is make a habit tracker. And basically what it is that every single day you're tracking, are you meeting these habits? Okay. And this is really helpful because it becomes sort of a motivational thing. Because what you'll find is when you start crossing these off and, oh yeah, I'm doing this habit, I'm doing this habit, I'm doing this habit, I'm doing this habit. Let's say you get a streak of 5 days of doing this habit. There's more motivation for you to do it the 6th day, then the 7th day, then the 8th day. And then you're on like a 10-day streak of doing it. And you just want to complete it. Rather than just like sort of remembering to do these. It's like there's accountability there with that habit tracker. Okay, so choosing a method for creating a habit tracker. There's a couple you can do. The first one is doing a diary, and this is what I do. It does cost money, but it's easy. It's the easiest, and it saves time. That's why I do it, so I'd rather just pay the money. Basically, buy like a physical diary. Like I've put a link here for the exact one I've got, which is like a, I don't know what you call this, A6 or something. A6 diary, where it has like a whole week. So it has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the whole of 2025. What I've done is I've divided it into 5 sections for each of the 5 habits I want to follow, and then I'm just going to cross it off, and then it means I can just go through the whole year, just draw in those same lines, cross it off. So I can show you an example of when I've done this from 2024. At the start of September, as I've got the habits and I cross off every time I do it. Now that was definitely not a very successful week. Let's come to here. You see all the habits and I'm crossing them off like this. Okay, and it's going to keep you accountable for doing these good habits, which you've agreed. Okay, so it might be 5 eggs, whatever, exercise, this, interview practice, not going on social media, revising your maths, whatever. It's something like, go and choose one which is most relevant for you. Go and put it in a diary and do it like that, and that's going to save you time. And you just cross it off each day, the ones you've done, and it'll keep you accountable. Okay, because you'll have weeks where you're completely sparse, weeks where you're completely full. When you've got a streak, you want to maintain it, all that sort of thing. Now, if you don't want to spend the money, it's free, but it does take a bit of time to draw each month. You can go do a piece of paper on the wall. So let me show you this. This is what this link comes to. Basically, you write all the dates of the month. You write the different like things you want to do. For example, this was just a screenshot from the internet. Meditate, exercise, gratitude journal, track your macros, whatever that is, and just tick it off for each day, and you want to make sure you're ticking off as much stuff as possible. So that's how you could do it. I don't do that because that's going to take time, like to write out everything. Like it's nothing crazy, but I just can't be bothered to do that. I don't have the time to do that. But if you don't want to pay for a diary, do that. Or the final one is you can do a sort of Notion template. So you can do a Notion template. It'll take you to this website. There's a whole bunch of like different templates you can use for like how you want to do the habit trackers and all this sort of thing. So that's what you can do if you want. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend that, because like the whole point of this dopamine detox is we're trying to get away from technology. Like in general, like technology is bad. That's what got us addicted to our phones, and it's getting us distracted and stupid attention spans, and we have no idea what we're doing anymore because of our phones. So we kind of want to get away from technology. So like you can if you want, so we're kind of quick, and you can do it digitally, but it's kind of a bit of a cope, and it's probably you just like still trying to cling on to your past self who loves technology and wants to scroll on TikTok all day until you die, sort of thing. Okay. So create the habit tracker for that 5, 6, 7 daily habits which you need to follow in order to have a successful monk mode period and achieve the goals you want to go through, and then follow it honestly. Okay, don't lie. And the way you follow this, okay, the way I actually recommend is, if you even do, some of these is not relevant. 5 eggs, you just have to eat 5 eggs. Okay, not doing social media or music, you just have to not do social media or music. But the ones where it's about doing something, like, okay, I'm going to read a book, okay, or I'm going to exercise, or I'm going to progress towards some of my revision, or I'm going to do some homework. The best way to do it is sort of, even if you just do 1 minute of an activity, you get to tick it off. Okay, you don't have to do a whole 60 minutes. Even if you do 1 minute, you can tick it off. And the reason for this is because that will just get you there. Okay, because if it's like, oh, well, you have to do 60 minutes of exercise to tick it off, a lot of time you can be like, I honestly could not care less about this stupid habit tracker. I'm not going to exercise. You won't tick it off. But if you just agree with yourself, okay, I just need to do 1 minute. Like, I just need to show up. I just need to do 5 seconds of exercise to do it. You're probably going to do that. You'll get into your gym stuff, and you go outside to go for a run. Boom, you get it ticked off. Now you're outside and you're in your gym stuff, ready to go for a run. At that point, you're probably just going to go for a run anyway. Like, you might as well go for a run. I'm here. Let's just do it. So basically what it's going to do is, because it's a lower barrier for entry, it's a lower barrier for getting the tick, for getting the cross, you're more likely to do it. So follow it honestly. Don't lie. If you don't exercise, don't do it. But give yourself the tick, right, for just turning up, for just showing up. Even if you read 1 line, okay, even if you do 10 seconds of it, give yourself the tick, okay? But do follow it honestly, okay? Final one, which is a bit of a bonus, is get some external accountability. So this is one I did with someone at some point, which was basically our habit trackers. This time we did have it digitally on Notion, and we could both see it, and I did it with a friend, okay? And it meant like we couldn't slack off, because then they'd see it and they'd be like, bro, what are you doing? Do it with your family. So if you're doing a piece of paper on the wall, this is really good, and like literally explain it to your family, and they'll be able to see, okay, why haven't you done this? Why haven't you done this? There's accountability there. You want to keep it up, otherwise your family are going to see you slacking. Or you can join a school community as well, where we can help keep you accountable, and there's a link there to mine if you do want to join for free. Okay, so now moving on to the final section, which is sort of an overall task you want to do now. And this one's quite fun, actually. I do enjoy this one. Did I say document your goals? I don't know if that's the right word. Lay out, maybe. Lay out your goals. I think I need to think of a better section for that. That doesn't sound very interesting. But no, this is a good section. It's a sort of final overall thing you need to do before we jump into the monk mode period. So the first one is, as you can briefly see there, set an end date. Okay, set an end date for this monk mode period. Mine is going to be 12 p.m. on the 22nd of March 2025. Let me give you some advice with setting an end date. Okay, and it's important to set an end date. You don't want to do it indefinitely. And I think the rut I've fallen into for the past 4 weeks, especially through December not working very well, was been sort of because of the September, October, November monk mode period, which I had. I didn't set an end date. I sort of just said I'd indefinitely do it until like June or something. Like I was just like, oh, I'll indefinitely do this just forever for like 6 or 9 months until I need to. It wasn't realistic. I should have set an end date. For me, I've genuinely found my monk mode periods can last like a maximum of 3 months. Once we get to 3 months, I start going a bit crazy and I just end up falling off. So I would recommend for a monk mode period, you do it as like a 90-day thing. You set a 3-month thing. So today is the 1st of January. And I'm going to set mine. Let me pull this in here. So today's the 1st of January. And I'm setting mine for, 22nd of March at 12 p.m. So that's a Saturday, so I'm going to work hard in the morning, and by 12 p.m. I'm just going to chill out for a bit, okay? And then what I'm going to do is, I'm then going to do my next monk mode period from the 1st of April until around mid or late June, depending on whenever my sort of university exams are, okay? Then I'm going to go for another monk mode period, probably from the start of July. That's an interesting one, actually. Let me just think where I'll be at that point. I think maybe so. I'll do start of April to mid June, and then I think I'll go mid July. It's gonna be a big one, isn't it? Maybe mid July. Like I'm thinking in advance here. Maybe this will be mid July to September, then mid September to December. Yeah, I'm thinking way in advance here. But that's what you want to think about. And the thing that's worked for me over the past 18 months and what I'm doing going forward is roughly 3 months, maybe 2.5 months of a monk mode period, and then maybe half a month of chilling out a bit. And that's what's going to work for me in terms of my scale. So I'm going to go hard until March because that's when I need to help a lot of people with degree apprenticeships. Then by this point, a lot of degree apprenticeships are going to be done. So from April, May, and June, I'm just going to go hard. This is sort of where I just focus on YouTube videos and just building up the audience basically for next year, for September 2026. And also I have university exams, which I have to get out of the way, unfortunately. So basically 3 months, 3 months. I mean, to be fair, this looks good. 3 months, 3 months. That's sort of how I do it. So I do 2.5 months of monk mode and then about half a month of chilling out. That's what I plan to do. And I think it's good to set yourself that end goal because then it communicates to yourself as well that this isn't forever. And I think that's how you can get burned out or just end up being in a rut is you sort of don't see the point of it and you're like, this is going to be forever. I'm not enjoying this. What's the point? Let's just quit. Let's just give up. And I think that's where I was with this one. I think I've learned my lesson that, yeah, I'm not like a machine. Like I can't go on a crazy monk mode from the start of September all the way through to June. That's just ridiculous. Which is why I sort of gave up in December. So set it for 3 months. Well, I mean, sorry, that's what I'm setting it for. Go and set your deadline. Now, when I was in year 13, so I know a lot of people watching this are going to be in year 13, so it might be relevant. The monk mode period I sort of had was I had a very focused monk mode in December and January to get ready for January mocks. Then January of year 13, a lot of stuff happened. So, yeah, that was interesting. January, February, March, year 13 was basically a wrap. And then from the start of April until the end of June, I went fully monk mode to get ready for my A-levels. Okay, so that was for me. It's down to your situation to decide what monk mode period you want. I think potentially for a lot of people, it's probably going to be something like this, which is January, do monk mode until halfway through March. Halfway through March, a lot of degree apprenticeships might be done. It really depends on the companies you're looking at. Maybe chill out for like a week in March, okay, maybe the end of March, and then from April go hard. Like I definitely recommend everyone go monk mode from the start of April until the end of June in like an A-level push, okay? And maybe have a bit of a chill out in March. Okay, it depends where you're at with the applications. Like you know better than I do because I'm just talking to you over a video here. I don't know your specific situation. But just have a look. How hard do you need to work for how long? And plan it out. Give yourself a solid end date. See the specificity here. It's not end of March, middle of March. It's not even the 22nd of March. It's 12 p.m. at the 22nd of March. I have a specific deadline to work towards. Okay, it tells myself it's not infinite. You don't have to be a monster for ages. You just have to get it done. For what is like, it will go so quick. Honestly, year 13 goes so fast. It's like I want to do another video on this. It's not even relevant, but I feel like I should honestly make a second channel because I feel like I'm just talking about stuff that's not even relevant. But time just accelerates because when you're 1 year old, you having another year is 100% of your life. When you're 2 years old, you having another year is 50% of your life. When you're 3 years old, you having another year is 33% of your life. Me having another year now when I'm 19, it's just another 19th of my life. I've already done it 19 times before. When someone's 60 and it's another year of their life, they've already done it 60 times before. It's nothing. Life just accelerates. Everything just goes faster. If you work it out mathematically, I need to do this myself, but I've heard that like the midpoint perceptively of your life is like when you're 21 because it all just accelerates away from you. Okay, so trust me, 22nd of March is going to come like nothing. It literally feels like last week that it was the middle of August and it's already the 1st of January. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like last Christmas felt like a week ago. It's ridiculous. Okay, but set that end date. Okay. Final thing I'll show you. One sec, actually. Apologies, I just have a really bad cold. So you can sort of see this period here of this is like on school. This is my activity on the school website where I have this free community which I've just launched, which you can go and sign up for if you're interested. And basically January to sort of start of April, monk mode period. Then I had a monk mode period here, but I was focusing on other stuff. Bit of a rut here. Monk mode from September down to like sort of end of November. Then my December hasn't been great. I've been kind of distracted. I've been getting a bit back into it over sort of the winter's new year. And now going forward, this is for my activity on the school. January to March, it's going to be heavy. It's going to be a lot of work here because I'm working hard in this monk mode period. Okay. So choose how long you want to do this for. Now, once you've chosen how long you want to do this for, set 3 output metrics. These are like the fun ones. Okay. These are like, what are the results you actually want to get? Okay. Output metrics is kind of a bit complicated for it, but what results do you want to get? For me, 3,600 YouTube subscribers. It looks quite specific. Why not do 4,000? Basically, I think it's probably realistic that by 22nd of March, it's fairly realistic that I might have 3,000. 4,000 I think is too much, but I've worked out if I challenge myself and I do push myself, it will be difficult, but I think I can potentially get 3,600. I've worked that out mathematically. I want to get my students offers, in particular from Amazon, JLR, and JP Morgan, and obviously all the other companies as well. I'm helping people, Rolls-Royce, Deutsche Bank, all this sort of stuff here. And also want to get 20 video testimonials of helping people as well. Okay, so set these sort of metrics that you want to have by the 22nd of March. Okay, or let's just say you are going a full one until June. Okay, I want to get these number of A stars, this. I want to get the offer from here, offer from here, whatever. Go and put your specific output metrics there. Okay, just because that's good to know as a benchmark for when you're done, how successful was this monk mode period. When I did my monk mode in April, May, and June, I had these metrics, and I ended up like making these metrics, and that was really good to have there. So yeah, those are good. The only problem with these is these you don't really know. Like these are good. Just for like this is a good story to tell down the line in 6 months' time. Like I had the goal of getting 1,000 YouTube subscribers during one of my monk mode periods, and I got to 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. So these are good to know for later, so you can say, oh, in 6 months' time, oh yeah, I had this goal of getting 3,600, and I managed to get 3,800. How cool is that? The problem is, in the moment, right now, these don't tell you anything. These are completely useless. Okay, because like one day I'll get 2 subscribers, one day I'll get 12, one day I'll get 20, one day I'll get 0, one day someone will unsubscribe and I'll get -1, one day I'll get 7, right? It doesn't really tell me anything, and also I can't really control these. I can't actually control how many subscribers I get. I can't actually control getting people offers. I can't actually control getting people video testimonials. So that's the problem with these metrics, is you can't actually control a lot of these. Okay? Like even if you're one of your ones here is getting an offer from Amazon, like you can't actually control that happening. Like that's down to them. Same with even like getting an A star in these subjects. Yeah, you can revise, but you can't actually control getting an A star. But you can control your input metrics. You can't control an output, but you can control an input. Okay? So I can't guarantee this stuff, but what I can guarantee is that I'm going to stick to my 5 habit tracker actions. I'm going to aim for 70% plus success. What I can do is, I can't guarantee the subscribers, but what I can do is I can do 3 YouTube videos per week consistently. Okay, I can't guarantee I get anyone offers, but I can guarantee that I have a full calendar of coaching calls and replying to questions. I'm helping people as much as I possibly can. Okay, I can't guarantee that I get all this hard work done, but I can guarantee that I'm going to be in bed with no distractions by 11 p.m. So it means I'm going to be fresh for the next day. I'm not procrastinating on YouTube or social media or anything like that. Okay, I'm going to aim for a 6 to 7 hour average. This is important for me, because if I'm having 8 hours, it means I'm not working hard enough. It means I'm going to bed too early, and I could work for an extra 1 or 2 hours. If I'm having under 6, it's kind of not efficient. It's not helpful, and also it's probably just because I'm on my phone too much. But if I'm having between 6 or 7 hours, it's a good balance. It means I'm getting a lot of work done efficiently. Okay, so the kind of input metrics you want to have is follow those habit tracker actions. It's like every day, can you do your revision? Like you can't control whether you get an A star, but what you can control is, have I done a past paper? Have I done a revision? Have I done my flashcards? You can't control whether you get an offer from Amazon or JLR or JP Morgan. What you can control is, have I practiced my interview questions? Have I scripted this thing? Have I watched this video? Have I done this course? Okay, so like these 3 output metrics are here because they're cute and they're good to know and they're good to look at and they're kind of cool and they'll be useful for telling a story in the long term. But what's most important is these 3 input metrics. Okay, anyone in this productivity space, they know you need to track inputs, not outputs. Actions, not outcomes. Okay, so these are the ones which are most important. If you can meet these 3 input metrics, then you're going to give yourself the best opportunity to meet those 3 output metrics. But if you focus on those 3 output metrics you can't control them. If you just focus on these, you can't control them. But you can control them by focusing on the inputs. Okay. So there we go. That's monk mode and dopamine detox for you. As I said at the start, this is quite a severe protocol. A lot of stuff going here. I'll put the Google Docs below so you have a copy of it and you can sort of make your own copy, go through, tick off all the different aspects. You can go and have those links there for those extensions and also the other sort of resources I put down here. And yeah, this is the fun bit. Lay out your goals, set out your habit tracker, and follow it for your monk mode period, which might be to March, might be to June, might be to whenever. I'm going to do it to March, then I'm going to reset. I'm going to do this exercise again. What are my new output metrics? What are my input metrics? I might have to change the habit tracker, this sort of thing. Then I'll go again until sometime in mid-June, sometimes near the end of June. So that's the monk mode and dopamine detox. It's been very successful for me. Whenever I've genuinely followed this protocol, it's given me good success. It's given me really, 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 really good success. So I hope this video has helped. If there are any questions at all, let me know. And yeah, if you guys do want to join my free school community, we're going to be helping people get their degree apprenticeships, then you can check the link in the description. I'll be sharing that there. And thanks for watching, guys, and have a great rest of your day and have a good year. Let's have a good year, guys. See you in a bit. Take care.